Hey Wellness Warriors, the proper amount of magnesium in your body is incredibly important in order for you to feel good. When you develop a magnesium deficiency, you have problems like muscle cramps, anxiety, poor sleep at night, fatigue, and even worse, you can develop heart problems. You may be experiencing the common signs of a magnesium deficiency that most doctors miss. Magnesium is the fourth most abundant mineral in the body and is required in literally hundreds of biochemical processes. Every cell in the body has magnesium in it, and it's required for proper cellular function. On a day-to-day basis, it's estimated that most people do not get an adequate amount of magnesium, and this is why an estimated 75% of people are magnesium deficient. You too may be suffering from a magnesium deficiency. Now, a long-term deficiency in magnesium causes some really serious problems, like insulin resistance, high blood pressure, and even a stroke. And this is why you have to take something as simple as a magnesium deficiency really seriously. In this video, I'm going to cover the top signs that you must watch out for, the best foods you can eat to get lots of magnesium on a daily basis, and how much magnesium that you need to take daily in order to keep a sufficient amount in your body. One of the top symptoms that may be impacting you from a magnesium deficiency is a mood disorder, and this is because the magnesium deficiency directly impacts the brain. You'll have symptoms like anxiety, fear, irritability, and even depression. Mood disorders are some of the most common problems of our time, and magnesium is very important for them because it increases the synapses in the brain, which ultimately balances the brain and improves cognitive function. As we look to magnesium, it's a great calmer of the brain. So if you're somebody who has a poor mood or a lot of stress, magnesium can be wildly beneficial. Poor sleep, insomnia, inability to fall asleep, or waking up repeatedly throughout the night are all common signs of a magnesium deficiency. And sleep is a really important pillar to good health, and so you could only imagine all the health problems that will come out of not getting enough sleep at night. Taking magnesium before bed has done incredible things for my quality of sleep, and I'd highly recommend it if you're somebody who's trying to improve your sleep in any way. Another common sign that people just like you face all the time from a magnesium deficiency is going to be muscle cramps, twitches, spasms, and also muscle weaknesses. You see, when we get a magnesium deficiency, what happens is the nerves become hyperstimulated and they cause involuntary muscle contraction, which can actually be quite painful. I had a patient one time come to me and say, every night when I go to bed, I start to get really bad leg cramps. And this patient went to their doctor, and doctor said, "Oh, you're fine. There's nothing wrong with you." Well, she of course knew that there was something wrong with her because she couldn't sleep due to the leg cramps. I had her take a magnesium supplement and the problem went away almost immediately. Now, as we're talking about muscles, let's talk about a really important one, and that's your heart. A common sign of a magnesium deficiency is irregular heartbeats, also known as arrhythmias. When we look at a magnesium deficiency, it seems like a pretty small problem, but it has enormous consequences. A long-term deficiency in magnesium is associated with an increased risk of stroke and even heart failure. And let's think about this for a moment. Most people experience these symptoms, and when they do, they go to their doctors. And what does their doctor do? Well, he prescribes a prescription drug, of course. And as the pharmaceutical is taken, the deficiency is never restored. The root cause of the problem is never addressed. And this is why when you have the signs, the warning signs of a magnesium deficiency, you have to take them seriously. The next top symptom on our list of a magnesium deficiency is insulin resistance. Now, I know what you're thinking. Insulin resistance only happens when you consume too much sugar. No, it can actually happen many ways because magnesium is incredibly important for insulin to function properly. As insulin escorts sugar from the bloodstream, it requires magnesium in order to connect to the cell receptor. In the case of a lack of magnesium, what happens is insulin's unable to do its job and lower the sugar in the bloodstream. So magnesium sufficiency is really important if you want to reduce the risk of insulin resistance and balance your blood sugar. Our next sign of a magnesium deficiency is going to be migraine headaches or just headaches in general. I find that so many people suffer from them. When I ask patients if they get headaches, I often get responses like, just the normal headaches. And I'm like, what is a normal headache? There is no such thing, because headaches are a sign of neurological stress. And when we look at magnesium, remember what I said earlier, it's a great calmer of the body. And in this case, it's calming the nervous system and helping you prevent headaches. High blood pressure is the next sign that we gotta talk about because it affects so many people, not only the elderly, but also young and middle-aged adults. High blood pressure in most cases is a proportional response to the poor environment you're living in, one that doesn't have enough sleep, one that's high in stress, and as a result, you end up with high blood pressure. But the good news is that magnesium helps with all of those. It helps bring down your blood pressure, it helps you sleep better at night, and it also helps you reduce stress. Some other signs of a magnesium deficiency that you may be struggling with are digestive distress, an increase in PMS symptoms, and also low energy. Now, as you've seen, magnesium is very important for your overall health. The symptoms can be very serious or they can be quite subtle. And when you have these warning signs of a magnesium deficiency, it is your body giving you feedback in real time that there is a problem. So don't ignore these warning signs and make sure you're taking them seriously. So what can we do about this magnesium deficiency? Well, the first thing that we can do is look to food. And some of the top foods that are loaded with magnesium are ones like spinach, pumpkin seeds, black beans, avocados, almonds, fatty fish like salmon, quinoa, and even dark chocolate. And of course, that's going to be sugar-free dark chocolate. Now, if you want to supplement with magnesium like I do, the recommended daily intake is between 200 and 400 milligrams of magnesium. Now, magnesium comes in many different forms, and how I personally use it is I use a very dynamic blend, which has all the different forms in it because I want to get the benefits of all of them. And I take it every night without fail before bed, and it greatly improves my quality of life. I'll put a link in the description to the magnesium that I use. Now, if you're still not sure if you have a magnesium deficiency, there's two things that you can do. For one, you can try a magnesium challenge. What you do is you take magnesium in supplement form for a period of time and you see if your symptoms diminish. Another way that you can test and see if you have a magnesium deficiency is to do a blood test. It's one of the most specific ways that you can test for magnesium, and you'll know with pinpoint accuracy if this is a problem for you or not. As always, I'm Dr. Zyrowski, and it's been a pleasure educating you on how to take control of your health naturally. I highly recommend you watch this video next.